Assalamu alaikum to all the Muslims that are watching. Peace be unto all the non-Muslims that are watching. I hope everyone's okay. This is part 3 of my refutation to JB John LA about atheism. Okay, let's get started.
Was wrong, and it was also punishable by death or worse.
Answered this already.
Do unto others as you would like them to do unto you. It's pretty simple.
I noticed if you watch the video, I noticed a touch of sarcasm. Pretty simple. Wait a minute. Love your neighbour as yourself. Do that. You've taken that from the Bible. Hello, that's the Bible. That's a Bible quote. Like, you're atheist, so like, why are you quoting like a Bible thing? But anyway, that's not a point to refute. So let's play.
And what is right for you may not be right for the rest of the world. For example, blowing yourself up and killing everyone you can may be a good thing in some parts of the world. But for most of us, different societies, different rules, get it? It's not.
Excuse me, BG John LA. Do I believe that blowing things up and killing innocent people is right? Have you ever spoken to me before? Do you know me from somewhere? In fact, it shows that you have been been a little bit ignorant, because if you look into my videos, yeah, I've got a whole selection of videos talking about Muslims in London, who practice their deen seriously, speaking out against people who do suicide bombings and killing innocent women and children, and kill atheists or non-Muslims and blah 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 blah. So you haven't even like, you've made a claim. You've actually slandered me. You actually made the assumption that I believe that suicide bombing is permissible. Haven't you seen my video? I've got videos in my. If you go from, just click. It doesn't take like too much. Click on more from this user, and you'll just see Muslims in London conferences against terror. You see what I'm saying? Terrorism. Come on, man. I've got so many videos. If you could go through my video, I've got so many videos about the basics of Islam, terrorism from Islam. What's going on? We've done a 6-month program with one of the major companies, ITV, or one of the countries, one of the companies in England, doing the whole thing against terrorism. What are you talking about? So you haven't even looked through. You've made assumptions about me. You know what I'm saying? You've stereotyped me. So that shows me that, I'm saying, that you're not a very fair person. That's all. That you're very biased in your views, and that basically that you bought into the brainwashed media that we're all terrorists. Well, that's good for you, Like, there's two kind of forms. I'll just give you a bit of advice, man. There's two kind of choices in life you can make. There's an informed choice, which is based on this information and that information. I agree with this. Or an ignorant choice is based on. There's two kind of choices in life. Let me make this clear. There's an informed choice, which is based on this information and that information. I agree with this, or I disagree with this. But at least you have information. An ignorant choice is that I don't know nothing about it, I never heard about it, I just disagree with it. And it seems that you have made an ignorant assumption about me, and an ignorant assumption about Muslims in general. Come on, man. Seriously, like you seem like a rational person. You seem like you got some manners with you. You're a bit sarcastic every now and again, but come on, man. Like, open your mind, man. You see what I'm saying? Think outside the box for a second. You've actually insulted me, but I don't take it to heart. But I don't believe in terrorism. If you look through my videos, you'll see I spend time going around schools talking to kids about what Islam is really about. I do conferences going against Muslims that do suicide bombing and killing innocent women and children. It's not that I disagree with the terrorists that they were upset. We as Muslims, we're upset. Of course I'm upset. It's like maybe a lot of non-Muslims have amnesia, but you got to remember the things that happen to Muslims happen in our Muslim countries. That's what you got to understand. You think we're highly sensitive, emotional, angry people who get upset for the slightest. Listen, look. Let me just make this clear to you. Maybe you don't know, yeah, but let me just make this clear to you. Let me understand. We don't disagree with the terrorists having anger and being upset and being frustrated. What we disagree about is them committing terror and becoming just like the oppressors. Let me explain to you. For example, the main cause of all the friction between, I would say, the terrorists, you know, and the non-Muslim countries is to do with Palestine. Very simple. There's a country called Palestine. Palestinians were living there. Jews, they got treated bad in a Holocaust by the Germans or whatever, blah blah blah. And then what happened? The UN and England, yeah, decided to give the Jewish people a place to live because they've been through so much harm and this, that, and the other, and blah blah blah. But they choose to give them a place, yeah, without asking the people. So they allowed the Jews to move into Palestine, and the Palestinians obviously didn't like it, but they couldn't really do anything about it. And then what happened? The Jews started taking more and more land, control of the electricity, the control of the water, control of everything. Now the actual people of that country, the Palestinians, only have a little bit of land left, and they're not in control of their water, their electricity, or anything else. And now it's called the State of Israel. Yeah. And not only that, why the whole world is watching, the UN, England, Americans, everyone watching, and the Jews are taking more land. Who's selling them weapons? Americans, England, like Western countries, yeah. And then you wonder why we're frustrated. We're frustrated because it's natural to be frustrated because we've been oppressed. Obviously, we're upset. But the difference between us Muslims who follow the Quran and the Sunnah, the Salaf, the early companions of the Prophet Muhammad, is that we say two wrongs don't make a right. Now, if you start killing their innocent women and children, you start blowing up their kids, then there's no difference between you and them because two wrongs don't make a right. So don't talk to me or talk to the Muslims like we're some highly sensitive cases. We've been oppressed. That's why that Muslims disagree with like Western governments and so forth. Secondly, all this stuff like to do with Saddam Hussein and Bin Laden, they're your creation. You armed and trained Saddam Hussein. You armed and trained Bin Laden. What you guys set them up, bruv. Not us. They're not our creations, bruv. So what you're talking about, and as for the weapons of mass destruction, who gave Saddam Hussein weapons of mass destruction, bruv? Come on, man. We haven't got amnesia. You want us to just have amnesia, like you want to like just wake up, like, how can I say? Yeah. So I thought you stopped recording. We ain't got to have amnesia because it happens in our lands, bruv. You know what I'm saying? My whole family are non-Muslims, yeah. I give them respect, they give me no respect. All my family are non-Muslim. When I became Muslim, I didn't cut off their heads and put them underneath the basement. You see what I'm saying? I still love my mother, I still love my brother, I still love my sister. They're my family, bruv. They're all Jamaicans, you see what I'm saying? Back in Jamaica, my family all Jamaican, hardcore Christians. You see what I'm saying? So don't talk to me like all the Muslims, like you know, in some societies, come on, man. What in my society, it's the majority of Muslims think it's okay to blow up. You guys, it's amazing, man, how narrow-minded people can be. Yeah, I'll show you. Look at this. For example, I grew up in England, yeah, a multicultural society. But you know what? I grew up, and when I grew up in a society, I always used to think. Whenever I heard the term Irish, I used to think, like, these people, you know, these people are dodgy, you know, these people are terrorists. And why did I think that? No Irish person done anything to me. In fact, when you meet Irish people, they're some of the warmest and nicest people you could meet. You know what I'm saying? In fact, a lot of Irish people, when they came to this country, they were abused. They were told, what's it? There was signs saying no black jobs for no blacks, no Irish, no dogs. Yeah, but I used to believe this, and I wasn't inherently racist. Yeah, why did I believe that? Because of society. I believe that because of society. But now when I became Muslim and started looking at things, yeah, I started realizing, why were they considered terrorists? They were considered terrorists. Why? Because the English imperialized them and they fighting back for their freedom. That's why they were called terrorists. How are they terrorists? Okay, blowing up pubs and this, that, and the other, where innocent people get hurt. That's evil. That's wrong. But that wasn't the main thing. The main thing is they were fighting